Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I have a showcase for you for a blaze farm. This is something that I designed over a year and a half ago, maybe even longer than that, and it had a little bit of a problem with it which I was unhappy about, and so for the longest time it has sat around in my test world and I've been undecided on whether I should show it or not. But today I actually went out there and I managed to fix the problem with it, so I'm going to be happy to show you this farm design now. Now it might look a little bit familiar, that's because it's actually been featured in a video before. That was my top 5 nether portal uses. I showed you that you could use a portal to send mobs from the nether into the overworld for a mob farm, which is exactly how this blaze farm works right here. So it revolves around a spawner, and the idea is that we funnel them all down to a single point where we push them through a nether portal, which at the moment is deactivated. So that would send the mobs through into the overworld, and of course we're in the overworld right now, but the spawner would be naturally found in the nether. So you could build this farm around it, and what I like about this one is the funnel concept, but also that it uses tripwire and pistons in a much easier to assemble way. So for that reason I would call it the tripwire blaze farm. But anyway, we're going to go inside and have a look at this. It's pretty easy to understand how it works. Above a row of pistons like this one we have some string, and that goes into a block over here. So if you have a look at what is on the side of the block, it is a redstone torch. It powers the block above it, which is next to a hopper, so it's going to keep the item in here. Now when this thing is unpowered, it means that something, i.e. a blaze, is standing on top of the tripwire, and then the item here is going to travel back and forth, which is going to activate this comparator, and then it's going to mean the pistons will extend and retract over and over again. So let's go into game mode 1, let's hop down onto here, and you'll see we get pushed over very quickly and efficiently all the way down to the bottom. And actually, no, because this is the problem that I had that I've now fixed. So let's demonstrate that working correctly. If I were right on the edge of this piston and I fell down, then I'd go down to the one below, and then I get pushed through the portal, or at the moment just falling into the void. So you saw there what the problem with this farm was, and it is that they can get kind of trapped across this middle gap going back and forth. So what I've done over there is I've extended it and made it a 2 wide gap so that problem no longer happens. But that's the concept in general. The blazes do take a little longer to get down just because they don't fall as quickly as a player, but it's a pretty cool design. Very easy to construct, and yeah, the blazes are going to be easily pushed into the portal at the bottom, provided that you build the fixed one, not this one. But anyway, let's talk about the spawner at the top here. So in 1.7 these had an area around them which was 8 by 8. That means 4 blocks in 2 directions, 3 in the other, where the blazes can spawn. This has been changed in 1.8. I can confirm that. It is now a 9 by 9 area. If you would like to know more about how it's been changed, look in the description box. There'll be a link covering and all the details and showing you a test of how that's changed. But it now means that it's 4 blocks in every direction that blazes will spawn, and this farm was actually designed with a 9 by 9 area for convenience, so we don't need to worry about that. But if we go over to this area, you can see that the area is slightly longer on one side, so maybe blazes won't actually ever fall down on top of this one. But there you go, you can modify the design slightly if that was a concern. But down at the bottom you can see the problem's been fixed because we have this 2 wide gap, and so to achieve pushing the the blazes all the way across, we have some slime blocks. So if I go into game mode 1 and fall down, you can see I get pushed all the way across like that. So the way this works is we have 2 rows of tripwire. They're going to go and power these redstone right here, which point into the side of a block, and that's got a torch which is currently locking this clock right here. So this clock will continually activate a double piston extender. This is it right here, and that can retract the slime blocks all the way across the 2 blocks and back again. So if anything's standing on here, it's going to get pushed into the portal, and that's how it works. So I think it's about time we did a demonstration. The one on the left is the original design, and the one on the right is our new and improved one, so we can see the difference between the two. And while that's playing away, I do want to talk to you about a couple of things. So first of all, this does use a portal. One of the cool things about this is wherever it goes through the portal on this side, it's going to come out in the same spot on the other side, which makes it nice and easy to get them into a single place to crush them or farm them, however you want to do that. As well as this, I also think you could probably build the funnel part of this farm higher up. It was originally built so it was outside the escape area of the spawner, but it spawns the blazes so slow it almost seems like a good idea just to have it lower down so you can get the blazes into that nether portal quicker. There's also no on or off switch. That seemed kind of pointless since you could just use the player proximity to turn the spawner off, and adding in lava and all sorts of things like that will make this a lot more complicated. As well as that, I think the thing itself is fairly cheap to build. I mean, it uses 18 hoppers, 81 pistons. That might sound like a lot, but not really if you're established on a server. And if you've got a string farm, it only uses 81 string. Also 9 slime blocks and around 30 obsidian. So with a little bit of mining and preparation, you could probably build this early on in your game. So that is the Blaze farm, and I may have missed out one or two minor details, but I think I covered the bulk of what there is to know about this farm, and I cannot believe how long it took me to get around to showing you this, but it's been fixed, and it is pretty awesome. I do like it. So let me know what you think of it down there in the comment box, and of course there'll be a world download available in the description box. So that is it from me, this showcase video. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. It'll be greatly appreciated, and be sure to check out the showcase playlist down there in the description box. But that's it. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.